Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Tribbles and White Klingons, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was actually a really
fun
episode.
episode.
I really love that, yeah.
Much enjoy.
Yeah. Today we're watching an episode called The Gamesters of Triskelion. I think that's how I pronounce it, Triskelion.
Say that whole thing again.
The Gamesters of Triskelion.
Okay, that could be a lot of things.
That could be a lot of things. I don't know what to make of that at all. I just those are my least favorite titles when they're like words that I don't know. I'm like, you know what? Just you made something up and I don't actually know what to think of that. So, all right, whatever. I guess we're gonna get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We are about to watch The Gamesters of Triskelion. So, a couple things before we begin, actually. First off, it's Triskelion. The one time I'm pretty confident in my pronouncing of the fake names,
right?
I fucking get it wrong. Next up, we have the Shirtless Shadow count continues. Very happy about that. And also, we have now. I forgot to mention it last time, but that was our last episode of 1967.
Oh, okay.
So we are now officially in 1968. So we watched the whole first 2 years of Star Trek. Well, year and a half realistically, but still. 66 and 67 are down. We're now in 68, and what a start.
Oh boy.
I did not love this.
Ooh, no.
I did not love this.
I literally got dizzy at some point watching this episode.
I'm sure it was something else.
Oh, it was completely unrelated, I'm sure.
But it was so funny you said that, and like just the weirdest shit had just happened on screen. Okay, so a lot of my notes I mentioned are one word.
Yes.
This episode. So first I have disappear, referencing the disappearing of our Kirk, Chekhov, and Uhura, who are the main characters of this episode, which I found a cool little dynamic between the three of them for about 5 seconds before they were captured.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that could be really fun, and then they were separated for most of the episode. It became Kirk seducing alien woman, and that I don't know. Next up, I have attack because they were captured and they were attacked. I have hope, referencing Spock's scene where he talks about hoping that they'll make it out okay. I have collars, referencing the collars that they wear throughout most of this episode to keep them in check. I'm not going to keep going with this bit, but that's just so you know, that's most of what my notes are.
It's like what? It's like
I just want you to know.
It's like when there's it's like when someone's trying to point out Easter eggs in something, and they go, "There's a security camera," referencing security cameras,
referencing the fact that security cameras exist. It's like... Okay, so after collars, I have Uhura quote unquote attack, which is the most uncomfortable thing I've watched in this entire show.
I mean,
without doubt, the worst thing I've watched in this whole fucking show.
I will say this. It's not a positive thing. Well, it's semi-positive. You'll know what I mean in a second.
Mm-hmm.
The show does very much treat it like this is a very bad thing.
Oh, most definitely. But look.
I get it. You want to show that this place is brutal. It's not. It's the exact worst place anyone wants to be.
And maybe it's the fact that I protect Nichelle Nichols' existence like I protect a child. It's funny. I think I just edited the Space Seed episode video the other day, and I was like, fuck, that was my great rant. But this. Oh, okay. There's an attempted sexual assault scene.
That's the short version. We won't go into it.
I don't want to go into it because it's just, oh my god, I was so uncomfortable, and I think that happens about a good 10 minutes into the episode, and I think the rest of the 40 minutes, I think that just stained my view of the rest of the episode. Not that the rest of the episode was better or anything. Could have been better.
No.
There were 2 good scenes after that. I think. What was the other one? I remember thinking there were 2 good scenes, and I can only think of one right now. I don't know. I forget what it is.
I can't immediately picture what scene you could be thinking of.
Well, the scene I'm thinking of is the first time that Kirk's alone with Shauna. And there's the bit about him describing the stars and all that.
Right. Now, I kind of
was a very nice scene.
I kind of figured that was the one scene you were remembering.
Yeah. I know I thought 2. I was like, there are 2 scenes that are good, but I know that was the other one. It was a joke scene. At the very beginning when everyone disappears and they get sent down, and Scotty's like, oh, they vanished, and then Spock is like, assuming that you're referring to the it's not the typical vanishing that they do when they're in the transport system. It's just
right. It's like the driest way to deliver.
It's just really funny.
He describes it it's like an abnormality or something.
Yeah. I thought that was really funny.
It was funny. I
enjoyed that. We have more gods in this episode. They are the providers.
Can they really call them gods? They're brains in a vat.
Fine, they're brains in... Okay, look, one of my notes is literally brains in a glass jar, which is the most generic sci-fi shit you can ever do. I think like that's one of the things. It's like you listen to like generic sci-fi shit, cheesy like generic sci-fi shit. Brains in a glass jar, like that's one of them, and it's literally brains in a glass jar.
Yeah,
and it's
so like they're essentially gods because they have like a voiceover system over the whole planet.
Well, what was with the whole plot line where like the Enterprise literally couldn't find where they disappeared to?
That was I don't know, something about an ionizing cloud.
Like, did Triskelion like not exist within like the typical realm of space or something? Like, why couldn't they find it? I probably missed that. Really.
Honestly, we probably missed some line of dialogue
missed that, but
complaining about the Uhura scene. But
yeah, I didn't love this. I didn't love this. I do want to mention actually the bit that that may or may not have made you dizzy. Where Shauna goes to see Kirk in his cell and he like kisses her and then immediately slaps her afterwards. And you were like, "Whoa, I'm not okay."
I'm sure unrelated, but I literally got whiplash.
Yeah. Oh my god. We forgot to mention the bit where Chekhov is hit on by the yellow woman.
It's just equally as uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, not equally as uncomfortable as the Uhura one. That's because that's a totally different level of uncomfortable.
Totally different. But also, I hate that the show treats it different, and I just like the yellow woman comes into the cell and it's got like the sexy saxophone music, you know? Yeah. It's just like, oh, you fuckers! I fucking hate you all. Oh my god.
Interestingly, not to go on about like the whole thing, but like when the Uhura one happens. He's like, oh, I've been selected. You've been selected for me, right? Then, like, the 2 women are like, oh, no one's been selected. We haven't been selected for you. You haven't been selected for us.
Yeah, Uhura got selected. The one woman there got selected first.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, oh god, I did actually. There was a third good scene. I did like the scene with Kirk wagering with the brains.
Oh,
I did think that was pretty cool.
It's very atypical for him.
Yeah,
like that's the one thing about Kirk. There's a lot of things that I actually like about Kirk as a character, but like in broad strokes, he's a very consistent character.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I mean, a lot of the characters in the show are very consistent, except for that. I forget what episode it was that we were like, "Whoa, why is Kirk so sexist at the beginning of this episode?"
Oh,
which one was?
What was that?
I can't remember what that was. That wasn't Naked Time? It was a very early episode.
That was a very long time ago now for us.
But yeah, that was that. There's an okay fight scene at the end where first off, Kirk just straight up kills 3 people.
Yeah, they're dead.
Like. Just slaughters them. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a trick. But no, there's a shot where you can literally see one of the aliens that he impaled, and you can see like the blood splats like on the back. I was like, why would they even take the time to do that unless it was to tell us that they're just fucking dead?
Well, because that's the rules of the game, though. Like, they have to die to be out.
Yeah, which causes Shauna to react like, oh wow, you lied to me about all this shit, and then she for some reason still clings on to him and wants him to like take her away, and then he's like, no, I can't, and he goes away.
I know, but there's like I know he wouldn't, and I don't want him to.
No,
but there's no good reason that he actually can't beam her aboard.
No good reason. And then I don't know, it tries it in this really profound moment, following on the stars line from earlier that I really liked. And I don't know. There's too much wrong with this episode for me to find any impact in that moment.
But before it ends, Scotty beamed them up.
Yeah, I did call that out because I was like, is that the first time they actually said Scotty beam us up? Like
in the exact context that everyone riffs on.
I don't know if that line is ever actually said in the show. I wonder if that's like a placebo effect. Right there.
Maybe it could totally be.
Anyway, all right, that was that. Be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek: The Original Series. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.